Hey guys, it's been a while. It's been a while. I don't even know how to begin. It's so long ago since I did a video. Um, just have a coffee. I've been working on designs and characters. But I came across something that I just stumbled upon, honestly. And it's important that you guys know about it because it helps strengthen the parody that I am doing to help with this Michelangelo Code, the Guardian Angel game, being able to be accomplished without getting sued, right? And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I want you guys to know this because then you can do it, right? So. Yeah, so when was this? So August 15th, okay? I didn't really. Basically, I just felt, I don't know, something in my heart that I should go to the Blessed Sacrament and pray just, I think it was the sorrows of the Immaculate Heart or something. Anyway, this booklet that I have. And, yeah, I thought I should do that, and there was another reason I went to the Blessed Sacrament. It is because... Oh, I know. I was kind of sick of drawing these weird, stupid characters fighting game. I just wanted to go back to the original idea that I had, right? About Mary, and in this case, Mickey Mouse, or Dickie Mouse, right? But I wanted to focus back on that, right? The apparitions and things like that to help you guys and the kids have hope, right? Okay, if they're getting abused, they need some sort of direction from heaven if they can't get it from their priests or if they're too scared to. So I went there and I told God, I was like, and Mary, I was like, I kind of miss drawing you guys. So, yeah. So it's like I didn't feel like doing any more of these fighting Street Fighter kind of characters, even though it's necessary. I didn't feel like doing it anyway. So at that point, I after I prayed, I went, as I was going to the blessed, or as I was going to the what's it called, when I went back home. Oh, just give me a second. So as I was going back home, right, I went to the public transit, then I went to Tim Hortons, and I wanted to finish a little bit of work, so I put on my laptop, and what happened? Because at that moment during prayer, I had consecrated my equipment to Mary, right? Anyways, I opened the laptop and it's broken, basically. The yeah, the screen is broken, doesn't work. So I got really sad because that moment I thought, yeah, you pray for something, you wonder if you're doing what you should be doing. You consecrate the electronics, and then moments later you open it and it's busted, right? Because in many occasions, like for example when I emailed the ambassadors, while developing it, I pray to God, and I'm like, God, if you don't want me to send this email, you can always bust and break my computer. That'll be a good way for me to know not to do it anymore, right? Anyway, so so that's what I'm thinking when I open the laptop at Tim Hortons. I'm thinking, oh shoot, maybe I'm not supposed to be doing what I'm doing. And yeah, so that day I was sad, and the next morning I don't even take that computer with me. I take another computer. And basically I'm not doing that much anymore at that time, right? A couple of days, 2 days or so. After that, 2 days, I'm not really doing anything, right? So eventually I went on YouTube and I thought to myself, okay, if that was an answer to stop doing it, I'll have to investigate and figure out, is it because I should stop the fighting game, or is it because I should continue with the drawing Mary and that aspect of it, right? So I was thinking, or maybe I was thinking, just give me a second. Or just like this truck, maybe I should back up my ideas to the original idea of the apparitions of Medjugorje, apparitions of Mary, apparitions of Fatima, and these things, important things, right? So I'm thinking all this, and then I thought to myself, okay, all these ideas, it started because all this creativity started because of the Steamboat Willie becoming public, in the public domain, right? And because it gave me the confidence that, okay, at least if I have drawing Mickey, everyone likes him, the cartoon. So I thought, okay, maybe people will be attracted, and that's where I really began believing that whatever I produce, if I have Mickey, people will actually like it if I do it good. So yeah, so basically I thought, okay, let me back up a bit. Yeah. So I researched about Mickey Mouse and the whole public, it's in the public domain now, the Steamboat Willie. So then as I was researching, I saw a video of another two, I guess, Mickey Mouse cartoons that are in the public domain. So I thought, okay, let me research about that one. those two. So there, one of them is called Plain Crazy, and the other one is called Galloping Gaucho. So the Plain Crazy, I'm not going to talk about too much because that's not why I wanted to talk about it today. What I wanted to talk about is, let me just password. What I wanted to talk about was the Plain Crazy. Plain Crazy. The interesting thing was, as I was watching the video, surprise, surprise, it starts off with shepherd children. In particular, is 3 shepherd children, and they're shepherding their flock. So this is the Galloping Gaucho is a okay. The Galloping Gaucho. Let me do this quick. 5%. The Galloping Gaucho is the parody that Disney used when he created. Sorry, it's called The Gaucho, 1927. And in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is he parodied this movie, and this movie, it is my interpretation, or I personally believe that this movie was inspired by the apparitions of Fatima, because you see, this movie was created in 1927, and that's 10 years after the apparitions of Our Lady of Fatima. And usually whenever there's either 10 years or whatever, like decades, there's always celebrations, and I'm assuming that this movie, during that time when it was created, it was, I guess, if not intentional, it was divinely providential in the mind of God to have this here, in my opinion, to point us back to the apparitions of Fatima. Of course, this is fiction, but I still believe that it is for our times, and in more particular, I believe that the Mickey Mouse, Dickie Mouse, that I'm going to be creating, that parodies the Gaucho, I believe it was inspired by God. I believe God inspired Disney, Mr. Disney, to parody this for our times. And here's the reason why I'm saying for our times. Because this, it takes place in Argentina. And it takes place in the plains of Argentina. And the I don't know, I forgot what it's called, but whatever that they call it, I think it's called Pleiades or something like that. But Buenos Aires is in that whole group of land, right? Of course, this is fictional. There's no real city, but it shows there is an apparition that happens. Of course, let's see. The apparition happens. I'm not gonna reveal what it is. You guys just take a look. And here, and it says after the passing of 10 years, and that's when the movie. That's when she's like old, like this. She's kind of like a nun. This girl, the shepherd girl, eventually becomes something like that. Kind of like in Fatima, but the movie takes place at that time. So if you think about it, 1927, when this originally was created, you can assume that 10 years back is 1917, which is this time, right? So you got the movie coinciding with the actual apparitions of Fatima. So eventually this Douglas Fairbanks, he eventually in the end of the movie he receives a miracle from Mary. So there is some interaction between the character that Disney parodied as Mickey Mouse, this guy. Although they don't talk to each other, Mary does appear and heals him. So I was thinking, all these inspirations I had at church and stuff like that, and this whole Mickey Mouse coming out this year, Steamboat Willie and all these other things, because of the time frame, right? It is my opinion that this is really help from God to help us in this time. In this time where, just like in the movie, there is a usurper, Ruiz, who is trying to overtake the city of the miracle. Okay, I'm not trying to say it's the Pope. I'm not trying to say that. But I do believe that this is for our times because of the whole idea that this is from Argentina, this setting. Buenos Aires is in the plains of the shepherding and all that stuff, right? And, you know, we have to watch out for people at the top, like cardinals, who want to end up becoming a pope. We have to watch out for these cardinals who are pedophiles. Okay? Some of them are. And so I've created characters now that will be able to be this guy, this Ruiz guy, as a bad guy. But the point of this video is not about that. The point is, it's very similar to what I'm trying to do with this whole apparitions. I mean, this whole trying to save kids from pedophiles, right? It has a lot to do with treasure hunting, because these characters, they want the gold that people are giving to the shrine. It has a lot to do with, there's a lot of inspiration that I've had this last year that I'm only realizing now can be a parody, can be intertwined in these videos, these movies that Disney had parodied. But if I parody it in a different way, or if Dickie Mouse parodies it in a different way, it can help a lot. And I wanted you guys to know this, because I'm taking the role of Disney. I mean, not Disney. I'm taking, like, this video, this game I'm making is supposed to be based on reality, although it's in a child's dream for theological reasons, so that people can say, okay, it's just in the dream, so it's not, we don't have to believe it, it's true. In case, you know, priests, they may say this is against theological understanding and things like that, so you need to explain why it's not that bad. But the fact that in this world I'm creating, that God, the real God in this world, obviously fiction, but God puts a soul into this actual film of Mickey Mouse or Disney, and tells him to parody the world so that children can get help from so that they can help their cry for help. Okay, so Dickie Mouse is going to be parodying the world, parodying the cartoons to help. one of the things that he's going to be parodying is the Family Guy and the fake Jesus and the fake Mary and all the bad things that the Family Guy have produced about the religion. So I'm going to be basically parodying their parody and reversing it and using it against them so that I can teach theological things that need to be taught, okay? And also, here's a sneak peek. There's going to also be a parody of him parodying Deadpool. And from there, you're going to get characters from my own parody that are going to be, is going to involve X-Men, but not really. It's my own version. X-Men is going to have Star Trek. It's going to have Q from Star Trek, who, this guy is really Q. You have a Q, is not really, it's not even the devil, it's Q pretending to be Jesus. And again, this is reality. It's supposed to be a reality, so this is all staged with actors, but cartoon actors, of course. And because they're cartoon actors, I can do as much damage to this character as I wouldn't want to do for real people. But this guy ends up going to hell and serving Satan. And Mickey kind of gets confused with the whole, like, in his parody, he gets confused thinking that MacFarlane isn't, like, the producer is not Seth MacFarlane, but Todd McFarlane, which is the creator of Spawn. So he kind of gets confused. That's how I'm going to change it up a bit, but it's basically a parody. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to talk about today. I hope you guys enjoyed what I have to say. This is all for you to learn and understand and use so that you can create the Michelangelo code. You can copy what I'm doing. Just don't sue me after. Okay? It's all for you guys. Take it and go. Okay? See ya.